Almost Adult Podcast.
All right. Hey, guys.
Hey, welcome to the podcast.
It's a little different setup today. We're on Zoom. I don't know if we're posting this on YouTube yet. I think we are, depending on how my thing records. It's first time using Zoom, like to record a podcast episode.
I'm gonna do my best.
You're gonna do your best. I'm gonna try and make sure it gets sent over to you. But yeah, it's different because we're having our first like actual guest that's not our family. Like so
It's so exciting.
Yes. So we're just gonna introduce our first guest. Let me just pull up her bio because so our first guest is Starra. I'm gonna read her bio from her website because it's just nicely written, and I am not good at like writing bios for people. I'm not the writer. Originated from Prince George County, Maryland, Starra Jackson is a young creative and entrepreneur who always strives to reach her goals. Starra graduated from the illustrious North Carolina Central University, NCCU, in 2019 with a bachelor's in business administration and a concentration in management and a minor in mass communications. During the fall semester of 2018, Starra was able to start her own organization called Nothing But the Arts. Seeing Nothing But the Arts do exceptionally well, Starra decided to turn her college organization into a nonprofit organization and an incorporation during the pandemic in 2020. In 2017, Starra started her own podcast called The Underground Station, where she goes by the name Starra J. On the podcast, Starra interviewed numerous creators, hosts events, and released many episodes. She was able to interview a few people by the name of GQ from Jamila Records, Alex Mack, Ozza the Prodigy, Ryan Chu, Autumn Joy Live, Reggie Cruz, Superstar Ace, Sean Anthony, Harmony Fortune, and many more. Be on the lookout for the return of her podcast too. We're going to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, we should definitely talk about
Yes, because obviously we're a podcast too. While growing up, Starra always had the passion to start arts and media, and she knew that she wanted to help others chase their dreams despite creative industry they were in. Starra is now building her brand, Starra J, the brand, by creatives with personal development and inspiring others to follow their dreams. A statement that Starra always goes by that is now Nothing But the Arts slogan is learn, work hard, always be visionary, and never give up. She believes that she can do anything she puts her mind to, and she is always willing to work hard. So that is an awesome biography on your website.
Thank you.
I love it.
I love it.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, it's so funny that so we're both Pisces. We're like he's March 4th, I'm March 3rd.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Starra, do you know your big three?
No,
sorry.
I don't.
Okay.
I don't.
Oh, we gotta get you.
We gotta get her up to
with
speed.
that. Yeah.
Yes, I'm wearing my Pisces energy shirt.
Oh, that's really cute.
So I'm just gonna ask you a few questions because I want you to tell, like, how did we meet each other?
Yeah. And actually, I'm wearing my Pisces necklace. So, but so we were on a Zoom call with a mentoring program called Crowning Queens Mentoring. And I forgot what the Zoom call was actually about, but I know we were, just talking business related things, and everyone was dropping in their Instagram handles into the chat. And then I saw Becca, and I think she dropped her podcast and another Instagram that you had as well. And I was like, we were looking for accountability partners. Yes. That's what was happening. that was what happened. And then I messaged Becca, and then I was like, oh wow, she's a Pisces. And then she was like, yeah, my birthday's March 3rd. And I was like, oh my gosh, my birthday's March 4th. And I was like, yeah, this is meant to be. This is meant to be.
Absolutely.
And then we were just chatting from there, and then growing from there. And I've just been watching Becca grow and host and being awesome
Thank
and
you,
you guys being amazing at your podcast. So thank you for having me.
Yes,
Of
thank you.
course.
I'm so
Yes.
oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this. This is
I
a
know.
lot of Pisces energy in here. Like I love it. I'm loving it.
Yes. Because Pisces, we like really, I feel like a lot of Pisces like always are just like the type of people who always help everybody out. Like
Yeah.
no matter what. Like,
Yeah.
and I feel
Yeah.
like that is on brand for you, especially, obviously. Like that's like yeah, so just like tell us your journey about like
Mhm.
getting into your career, getting into everything
Mhm.
that you are currently doing now.
Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna take it back a little bit. I'm gonna talk about MBTA, my nonprofit organization, and then kind of get into like how it moved me to my personal brand. So I've always been a part of like the arts and media. I went to a performing arts school from kindergarten to eighth grade. I
Oh,
played the
wow.
violin. Yeah, I played the violin from the third grade to the 12th grade. Um, so I always had my hand dabbled in like the arts. And after I left high school, went to school, I went to Frostburg State University in Maryland for 2 years. I didn't really see myself graduating from there. I wanted to grow, wanted to do more. So I actually got in this program with the school, which was like a national student exchange program. So I got to go to like any school that was on their list and go there. And I went to North Carolina Central only to take a music production class. So I was kind of like, oh yeah, I want to be a music manager, do this, do that. But that really wasn't like my full direction, my passion. But I still have love for the music, much love for the music. Was on the campus. I love the campus so much. Just great energy, great people, surrounded by great people. And it was just so many creatives out there. And not saying that Frostburg didn't, but it was a lot of creatives on Central's campus. And I just felt the vibe and the energy. And I wanted to stay. So I decided to transfer there full time. I became a full time transfer student, left Frostburg, came down to North Carolina. It was a big shift. I didn't know anyone on that campus. I was new. I probably only knew like two people, and that was it from back home. But I grew on the campus, and I saw a need for people to come together for the arts and just kind of express their creative talent. It's something I always had in the back of my mind, but I didn't get a chance, really grow and do it on Frostburg campus. But I'm glad I did it, just in general, and started with Central. So that's how MBTA started. I saw a need for it in the campus. I gathered some people together in my mass comm class. My vice president, she gathered some people together. We started it, blossom. We were having events back to back, workshops. People that were alum. I was reaching out to people that were alum. They were coming back. People were just like, "This is dope. This is dope." And we were just doing different events. We had a YouTube panel with some YouTubers. And then after that, after I graduated, it was like, oh, like coming into the real world, being an adult now. Like,
Oh
Yes,
God,
we
yes.
noticed
That's
that.
how this podcast started.
Okay.
That's exactly how it began. But yeah.
it's like being an adult now. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm leaving college. And I did a lot on campus, and it was just like coming from doing so much on campus, growing, and then coming into the real world, having to have a job full time, not being able to, do your activities or go to a club meeting or something like that. And the pandemic hit, and I was just like, okay, I'm not just about to sit here and work from home all day and not do anything else. So I was like, I don't want to leave MBTA. Like, I don't just want to leave it there on campus to just be a campus organization. And then it's just like a light bulb was just like, why not do more with it? And I was talking to my mentor as well. And she was just like, why don't you look into a nonprofit organization? So I kind of just followed the necessary steps to launch it as a nonprofit and an incorporation, just talking with some advisors. And they were just like, won't you, make it an incorporation, make this global? And I was like, yeah, let's do it. So that happened in 2020 during the pandemic. It was hard launching it. It was hard trying to do a lot of things virtually. But thankful for the people that did, show face during our virtual events. Then I'm going to fast forward a little bit. We were doing a lot of virtual events, and then another part of me wanted to do just more with helping people. Again, like Becca said, we're helpers, so I like to help people. And I want everyone to follow their dreams and like their goals, and like if I can do it, why can't you? So that really how my personal brand came about. Like I'm always helping people, I'm always helping creatives. So I kind of just extended to, me helping people with personal development and helping them to follow their dreams. So that's how Starra J the brand came about, and which is Starra J Business and Co now. So it's been a really, insightful journey. The growth has been really there. I've seen the growth in myself, and I'm excited to just keep, helping people, helping the community, and
Yes,
growing.
absolutely.
Sorry, that was
You-
kind of long.
No,
Oh,
perfect.
it was perfect.
So like what made you like pursue like entrepreneurship? Like after, you did the nonprofit organization and then
Hmm.
just kind of, was like, all right, like let's get into
Yeah.
now personal brand. Like what made you decide to just like pursue it more, if you want to elaborate
Yeah.
just a little bit?
I think it's because I've always been in a family that is entrepreneurs.
Mm-hmm.
Like my mom, my grandma, aunts, cousins, like they all have, entrepreneurship roles on the side. And I think that played a major role in it. And then also with me being a leader and taking on a lot of leadership roles throughout my even like elementary, middle, high school. Like I was taking on leadership roles and like trying to be organized, trying to get things done, trying to plan things. I think that really kind of like pushed me more into entrepreneurship. And that's
Awesome.
why I took business management. I was like, I don't really see myself doing anything else. Like, no, I really want to be a full-time entrepreneur. That's my main goal. To really just make sure I'm helping people. So I think that's really where that came from. Family and
Awesome.
doing things in school.
Yes.
I love that. And random
Yeah.
family. Runs in the
Hmm.
family. Your
Yeah.
entrepreneur. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just like where did the idea for Nothing But the Arts, other than like just like the name, like,
Hmm.
where does
Nothing but the arts. I was in my dorm room, and actually, shout out to my roommate Sky at the time. Because she was on the same program as me, and she's from Indiana, and she was on the same program as me. And I was just contemplating about like doing this even, and she's like, "No, like do it. Like you need to do it, girl." And I was just like, "Okay, okay, okay." And then I was just thinking about names. I'm like, I know I want it to be something with arts in it, so I
mm-hmm.
was like, well, it's Nothing But the Arts. All about the
Awesome.
arts, so Nothing But the
That's
Arts.
cute.
That's so
I love that.
cute.
So that's how it came about.
That's so funny. You also like transferred into a school. I did that too, but I commuted. I didn't stay
Yeah.
on campus. And
Ah.
and it felt weird like transferring in and you're like everyone started from freshman year. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
so
It was very
My bad. Real
weird.
quick, keep
Like,
going. I'm getting my breakfast. Keep going.
okay. It was very weird. I'm like, I don't know anyone. And it was just like a really big change for me
Mhm.
because I don't know anyone. But people were so welcoming and open arms. And I started to, meet new people, join clubs. I joined a sorority. So it, it felt like a family even from day one when I stepped on campus. So it was amazing
Awesome.
for me.
That's
That's
a good,
nice.
that's actually really good because I know a lot of like transfers, it can be difficult. I did have
Mhm.
some transfer friends who came in junior year, but I just
Mhm.
love that like people, like you said, people are opening, welcoming,
Mhm.
and they were like welcoming you into their groups, their environments, things like that. I love
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, this is just a fun, lighthearted question. How
Okay.
well do you think you're handling adulting?
Whew. Sometimes I'm like, okay, sorry, you're doing your thing, job, business, you're doing your
Mhm.
thing. But then sometimes I'm just like, I wish I was a kid again. Like, it's
Yeah.
so it's so hard, with just like certain technical things that you need to know when being an adult, insurance, bills, taxes. It's just like I'm thankful to have, my mom, my dad, my older sisters, and like mentors in my life to like help me guide, and the rest of my family to help me guide through, certain things that I may have questions about. But it can be tough. It really can be tough. And it's
Yes.
just like, I just want to be on the beach somewhere, and, helping people. That's all I
Yeah.
want to do.
I have one like quick question. Wow, like
Mhm.
we're talking about that. What's like one of the best things, like one good thing about adulthood that you love, and one like
Mhm.
thing about adulthood that you can really live without? Like I don't need this. I wish I didn't need to deal with this.
I would say I love, that's a tough one. It's a lot to love as a dog,
Hmm.
You can pick
Um,
multiple if you want. You can pick multiple.
I would say more freedom.
Hmm.
Mm,
Um,
that's the best part.
It is the best
yeah,
part.
more freedom. Just being able to really like live free as far as like traveling, doing what I love,
Yeah.
um, and having a good time and making memories like in your adulthood with your adulthood friends. Um, some stuff that I could live without would say paying bills.
Hell yeah.
No,
Paying
really.
bills. Paying bills.
Yeah. I definitely get that 100%. I wish if I could, I would probably live with my parents a lot longer than what I decided to move out like 2 years ago, but I could definitely live without that if I could, and I had like a space in my parents' house where I'm able to just
Right.
have my space but not have to pay
Yeah.
bills. That would be great. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so let's go back a little bit into
Mhm.
personal branding, but while we're still talking about adulting. So,
Okay.
why do you think adults need to establish a personal brand?
hmm So I'm just gonna speak on you real quick. Um, with me, I knew what my purpose was at an early age. Some people, don't find out until they're a little bit older, and
Okay.
that's okay.
Mhm.
But I knew what my purpose was at a younger age, and I really wanted to just fulfill that purpose. And Starra J is basically my purpose. My personal brand is me living out my purpose and my truth and everything that I want to do. And I think it's important because, we want to be able to do things in our life that we love to do. Like, not just going to work every day just because, we have to get paid, we got to pay bills, but doing
Right.
things that you actually love to do. And your personal brand is tying into that, is tying into your purpose, it's tying into what you love to do, and it's tying into your happiness. That's ultimately why I think we all should really look into our personal brands outside of just going to work and doing the regular, day-to-day
Yeah.
activities.
I love that. It makes life fun, pretty much. It
hmm
makes life more enjoyable, and it
Right.
makes it more like you're not, like you just said, you're not just going to work and then going back
You're
home.
just
You're,
not the
Yeah,
you know,
worker, like, and you're not
yeah,
just a mom, and you're not just like, you're
right,
something more than just like what
right.
like
right.
society puts you like as a
hmm
role. Like you're
Yeah,
defining who you are.
Yes.
exactly,
And I love that.
exactly.
I love
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
So now that that you went into the importance of establishing a personal
hmm
brand, is it difficult to establish? Like, what if
hmm
someone doesn't know what they want to
hmm
do exactly? Like, then what?
Yeah. Yeah. So typically on my page, I kind of give different ways of how to really find your purpose and your passion and how to go along that journey. Um, like I said, I kind of knew what I wanted to do. I found my purpose at a younger age. And some people don't, define their purpose until an older age, which is perfectly fine. But I think on your journey of finding your purpose, I think you should look around in your environment and really like figure out what is making you
Mhm.
happy in life. Like,
Mm.
what are you enjoying in your life that's making you happy, that you're not getting irritated by, you're not getting tired by, like figuring out those things in your life that's making you happy and that you love to do. um I would also say to just, what is your vision? think about your vision, your overall vision for your life. I know that I want to be a full-time entrepreneur. I know that I want to help people in my life. And I know I want to, bring awareness about the arts and media. So that's why all of that is tying in together to my personal brand and everything that I'm doing with my nonprofit as well. Really think about your overall vision. Do you just want to be a traveler? Do you want to, do podcasts?
Right.
Get on TV or something? Like, what is your overall vision for yourself?
Right.
Establish that. Write down some goals. Look at your environment, and that can really help you establish that personal brand, or even move into looking at what your purpose may even be.
I love that. And
Yeah.
like, it's really about trial and error for real.
Mhm.
Because like there are gonna be, I mean, when we really think about it, we're all in our 20 somethings. We
Mhm.
have so much more life to live. So, we're going
Yeah.
to establish and figure out different passions and
Yeah.
go into
Right.
different identities and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
is
definitely.
amazing. It's
Yeah.
amazing. I really love that you said happiness, because I know sometimes people tie their purpose or their personal brand to maybe like more materialistic things or like
Mhm.
wealth, and not saying that materialistic things and wealth are
Right.
nice
Yeah.
to have, but I just love that you talked about just happiness. Like, what is making you happy? What's bringing you joy? Like, I just love that, because it
Yeah.
allows people to really focus on having a more well-balanced, fulfilling life in that. And I just love
Yeah. Yeah,
it.
definitely.
One more
Mhm.
question. So now that we went into the importance and how you will ultimately establish what your purpose is, what are some of your favorite tips to give when it comes to building a brand?
Mhm. I would have to say I would say know what you're going into. Like, why, know your why, basically. Know your why. That's very important, because it's helpful to know your audience. What are you going into this for? What are you doing this for? Knowing that why is very important. Again, knowing that vision, your overall vision, not even just for like the year, but maybe like 5 to 10 years in. What are you expecting in that type of thing? And then also just writing those goals again. Goal setting is very important, and I kind of talk a lot about goal setting. Not saying you have to set these big goals, but even like a small goal within a week. I did a 2-week challenge with my personal brand, and having everyone just pick one goal that they want to work on for 2 weeks.
I did one. And I did pass through, but then I do it after that following week. No.
So yeah, like just having maybe a small increment of time where you're just focusing on one thing can really help you, with your growth. So I would say, goal setting, knowing that vision, it all ties into just like personal branding and figuring out the personal branding
I
and
love
your
that.
passion as well.
I think that I have trouble executing. Like, I could set a plan, I could
Right.
set some
Yes.
goals. I'm a goal setter, but the
Yeah.
execution,
And the
Yeah.
consistency.
crickets.
Right.
Yeah.
What
That's big
kills
too.
you.
Yeah.
It's
I think it's all like you have to change your mindset, really.
Yeah.
If you know you want to do something in life, you want to accomplish something, you have to change your mindset. And that was hard for me as well. But lately I've been changing my mindset. Like, if I'm really, really tired, or like I know I can get up right now and do something, I just change my mindset. Like, all right, Star, this needs to get done. Or, Star, do they need to know more about your book? You need to go record. Like, you need to go downstairs and shoot some content. So it's like
Yeah.
changing your mindset. Like, okay, I know I want to be on the beach next month, so I need
Right.
to get up and
Right.
make some sales. Or I know I need to record a podcast. We have a lot of interviews that we need to put out. Just changing your mindset.
So you seem like a really like disciplined person. So like how, like, I guess like how do you become more disciplined then? Because it seems like discipline over motivation is definitely what helps with all this.
I didn't used to be I didn't used to be very disciplined. But I think just me knowing that like people are watching me and people are supporting me and I'm actually, helping people in the world and I'm making an impact and I'm inspiring people, that's what keeps me going. Messages that I randomly get, it keeps me going. Knowing that I have a big purpose and a big vision that I want to accomplish, that keeps me going. We can't be lazy. We can't be lazy with your dream,
Right.
with your passion. Like it's not going to work out. If you know you want to do something in life, you have to get off your butt and go do it. Just like you're going to go to work, you know you have to pay your bills, so you're going to get up at 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock, whatever, to go to your job to get the job done and get paid. Like the same with your passion and your dreams. Get up, go follow it.
Give me some Kim K.
Yeah.
Kim K. Good Kardashians. Get up, get off your ass and work.
But I mean, she had a point, I see what she meant.
Mean,
like,
right message, wrong messenger. Yeah, like.
But yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I love that though. Thank you so much because I needed that.
I
feel like we all need it. I know I do.
I mean, we tend to forget because like I tend to forget like when I do my makeup looks, when I did the 31 Halloween looks, I like forgot.
Consistent,
like
though.
You should be working, right?
Yeah, you be consistent. Like that's
and even like that doing that motivated me. It's like, wow, she's posting every single day. I need to go post.
Yeah.
Like I almost was like, I'm gonna do Vlogmas, and then I was like, it's December 1st now.
So you could
25 days straight.
Not 25 days. You could probably do 12.
I tried that. See,
that's true. 12 days of Christmas
too. Yeah, that's a big thing too.
12 days of Christmas.
We have to make sure we're also setting realistic goals. I tried to do Vlogmas last year, and it just was like, no. I should have just broken it into a different way, and put out content on certain days. But I tried the whole Vlogmas, and it just wasn't working for me. So setting realistic goals too. That's a big
thing. I love
realistically.
That. Yeah. I had to sit that with myself and figure that out too, because I remember I was trying to do like YouTube and stuff like that, and I had to be a little bit more realistic. Even though I do want to do YouTube again, I'm like, well, how can I build my brand now without and making it a little bit more easier? I went to TikTok. TikTok's a lot more easier, and you can put out more content, and then eventually getting into YouTube for a while. But it's definitely important realistic goals, because you set yourself up for failure if you don't take the time to first get to know yourself enough to be like, okay, what's going, like, how am I really going to be able to do this? And if not, like, break it down a little more.
Yeah, definitely having that plan too.
I recorded a lot of it ahead of time. That's another thing. The plan.
Yeah.
It's
like
planning too.
Hours,
scheduling and planning is big.
In a day. Like Becky, she was like, "Yeah, I
did 3 looks in one day." Like,
yes, and like they were elaborate looks,
right?
Like, literally face paint and everything. I was like, "Yo, she's good.
She's on it. She's on it."
I don't think you have an issue with consistency, Becky.
It's just
you were on it.
I think it's just like the setting realistic things. Like I know I'm gonna hit like a bump in the road where I'm like don't want to do anything. So if I have a timeline of like what I should get done potentially, and it's a long period, like I was doing makeup looks in September, like and like I started in the beginning of September. So because I was like, I need to give myself time because you can burn out easily. And I think a part of that, when you want to establish your personal brand, I mean, in my opinion, like you need to know when you feel like you're gonna put, like your idea of like when you can burn out, because people burn out all the time.
Definitely. And that's why it's important for like self-care days too. Like that's one thing I'm big on now, is just making sure I take my self-care days, even taking off from my job, because it's like I don't want to be burnt out because I'm working a job and I'm also working with my business. So it's like I have to take that time for myself.
I agree. Definitely.
Well, you recently became an author, so I feel like we should definitely pivot into that, talk about that a little bit. Your book is called The Journey of Finding Yourself. No, it's not. It's called Pushing Through. Motivation and Positive Affirmations for You.
Yes.
So, what was the inspiration behind the book and like the process? Because I can only imagine like just the thought process that goes behind putting together a book and the pages and the chapters. So like talk to us about that.
Yeah. It's so funny when people say I'm an author now. I'm just
You
like,
are. You are.
Yeah, so actually I've been working on this ebook since May.
Okay.
After turning 25 this year, it was really it started off a little rocky for me, and I was just like, is this what 25 is gonna be like? Like,
Yeah.
is this
Yeah,
the
it is.
year that I'm really about to have? Like, okay. But it was a lot of losses in my life with just family members. So I lost 3 family members within a 12-day span.
Wow. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it was very just like an emotional time for my family and I. So I was really finding myself just pushing through a lot of things. I also went through a breakup, and I don't usually talk about that, but I went through a breakup, and I had stopped writing the book for a little bit. And I was just going through a time of healing. And I don't know, Becca, if you remember, like I stopped posting for a whole month.
Yeah.
Like
Wow.
I took the whole like month off of posting, and I told my friends, I was like, I can't, pour into other people if, I'm not whole, like if I'm not healed yet.
You can't pour from an empty cup.
Exactly. So I needed that time to really just heal and regroup and figure out my direction again. And, I'm a very spiritual person as well. So, God was talking to me, I was praying and everything like that. And yeah, I just like, I've been pushing through a lot this year, and I actually changed the book name twice. Pushing Through was the second name. And I just found myself, pushing through a lot of obstacles earlier in the year, getting over a lot of mountains and, just trying to kind of make things work and heal. And over the summer, I was just having, a blast. I was having fun. I traveled. I went to Cabo in August, business retreat. I was going on trips back to back. And it was just like, I was still writing the book throughout that time. And I think you asked about my plan, how I did the book.
Yeah.
So I actually had a kind of like an outline of how I wanted the book to be, what I wanted to go in it. I just started like typing. Some of my affirmations that I post on my page, I pulled from there and put it in the book. And then also I just, as I was going through things, like I started like things started coming in my mind. I was like, yeah, I need to write this down, and and elaborating on those affirmations and elaborating on the motivational passages that I put in there. And then the book just started coming together more and more. And my creativity, I always have a creative mind, so like the creativity wasn't going to be anything, but that was coming together. And then my first title, I just wasn't feeling it, and I wasn't feeling the first cover that I had either. And I was telling my friend that I was just like, I'm not feeling it. And then I don't know, one day I was just like pushing through, and I was like, what is this? What is this? I was like, okay, I like this.
And was that towards the end of the process, or like
that was towards the end.
Awesome.
I had a name for it, and I forgot the name. That's probably how bad I didn't even want it. But I changed it, and the Pushing Through came through, and even the cover, like a plant growing from the concrete.
Oh, it's giving me like
facts.
Like, isn't it Tupac?
Yes. Yes. So just like, I've been growing this year. I've been seeing people around me grow this year and push throughout the year. So I was just like, Pushing Through is definitely a great name that I should use. And I also took a digital product class last year. So like that kind of gave me like a lot of insight with just like creating one, how to put out one, and the legal aspects of everything like that.
Okay. Well, that's really dope. I know, yeah, like for real.
Thank you.
I don't even know. I mean, I don't got it to do an ebook. You know what I mean? Like that's just like I just love hearing young people do things that, first of all, they're called to do, and like just things that you don't think a lot of people our age could do or can do. Like a lot of people I know would probably be like, I can't put out a book about. Like, why would I do that? I'm like, so many things are possible now. So that's really good to be an example.
Exactly.
But I guess now diving into the content of the book and just tying it back into what we're talking about today, like with personal branding and stuff, like how does finding your purpose tie into all of that? Like, I mean, I'm sure obviously there's an obvious tie-in, but like, what do you think? Like, how does finding your purpose tie into personal branding?
So how does it tie into like book or just like overall?
Overall, but you can, if you have an answer for both, we can do both.
Okay. So personal branding really ties into, I think I answered this earlier. But personal branding ties really into your purpose because again, like it's what you are finding out that you love to do, what is making you happy, and really kind of just like Becca said, being it's showing like who you are outside of what society puts on you. So like you could be like Becca said, you could be a mom, but you're still like this awesome fashion YouTuber.
Right.
It's really just being happy in what you love to do, whether that's helping others, you know, designing, traveling, whatever it may be. It's what's making you happy and, you know, maybe helping others as well. I say it ties into my book because, you know, I am pouring into this book with affirmations and motivation. And I am hoping that it will inspire others to really just be motivated to grow and follow their dreams. So that ties back into my personal brand as well.
Of course. And I know one way that people can find their purpose is to obviously like buy your book and like dive into the content there. But I mean, what are your, I mean, we can also like feed off each other too. We can also answer it ourselves. But what do you think are ways people can find their purpose? Like, how can we find our purpose in life? I mean, like just some advice you would give like your little, if you had a little sister, a little cousin, like if she's, what would you say?
Yeah, I would tell her like if it was even little me, like little sister.
Your inner self.
Yeah, it's like one, really take your time with finding your purpose. Like we're all young, and even if you're older, like I said, you may not find your purpose until you're like 50, and that's totally fine. But on your journey, you know, take your time, realize what's making you happy, uh, and realize, you know, how are you contributing to even your environment or your society? Like, are you helping others? Are you being an asset in some different way or shape or form?
Right.
And then also, I think I said this, but your overall vision, like what do you envision yourself doing in your future and in your life? Again, I know for me, it's helping others, bringing awareness to the arts and media, and just making sure people are, you know, following their dreams and knowing that they can follow their dreams and helping them with that personal development. So goals, vision, recognizing your environment, you know, what's making you happy. That can really help you with finding
what's like
your
no
passion.
longer serving you either.
Right.
Like I feel like that's another.
Yeah,
Definitely. Is everyone down on the misery boat, or do you like need to like set sail on some different boat? Because some people in your life are just like stuck and like you can see it from the outside. Like, you know what? Like I feel like I keep growing and this person keeps staying, and you know, not even that, you know, you can have people that are staying in their, you know, space, but still are supportive. But you got to think about like, who's bringing you down and who's uplifting you. And I feel like that is something
definitely.
important.
Yeah.
And that's gonna, oh, sorry.
No.
No, go ahead.
Okay.
No, I was just saying like that's gonna happen on your growth journey, and as you kind of find yourself more, find your personal brand and your passion, like you're going to lose people around you because you're elevating and you're growing. And it's just like they're not meant to come on that journey with you. Like they were only there for that season. And as you elevate and grow, you know, you're going to find new people that's meant to be there during that time. But I think that's a big thing as well.
Yeah,
that's really. Go ahead. I was wait. Let me ask this real quick because it's kind of actually a great segue to this last question that I have. But it's random, but it's also kind of good to have insight on this type of stuff. Just because, like you said, like we lose people, people don't understand us or don't understand where we're coming from, or where we're going. I guess in that sense, what do people misunderstand about you the most? Very random, but.
So I asked some of my friends this, but some people I guess think that I'm mean, like think that I'm mean and
yes. I think I'm mean. I think I'm mean.
Oh, you think you're? I'm gonna say what?
Oh my god, no! I think it's a Pisces thing. I think everyone thinks we're mean.
Yeah, some people think that I'm mean.
Okay.
Some people think like I'm bougie or stuck up, but like once they get to know me, they're like, no, Star's like a really like chill person. Like she's always like willing to help people. Like she's just really, you know, down to earth and humble. Like I'm not the type of person that wants to always be in the spotlight. Like, you know, I try, even my nonprofit, like I try to give people opportunities to be on the forefront and the spotlight. Like I'm not the type to be out there and want to be seen all of the time. Like I just started posting more videos of myself on my page because my mentor said I need to. And she was just like, that's going to help, you know, spread the word a little bit more. Like people actually putting a face to your brand. Like, cause I don't want to, I'm just like not the type to be in the spotlight. I rather just, you know, help people behind the scenes and really just overall inspire people. Like I'm not looking to be in the spotlight or anything like that. But I think people think because I have
you're
this
more
stuff
introverted.
Going on. Yeah.
And people
I think I am
extrovert.
Extrovert.
And I feel like everyone probably thinks you're like extrovert. I thought you were very extrovert. You reached out to me, like I was like, oh, okay,
that's the thing. Like,
everyone,
like I can communicate and I can connect with people like that and like really fast, just because like, okay, I see potential in people. I see, you know, the creativity in people, and I see what people have going for themselves, and I'm just like, you know, I know how to, you know, like connect with people in this type of level and like, and just even with inspiring people too. But no, I'm not mean. I'm not stuck up. I'm not bougie. I'm not any of this. I'm really just a chill, humble person, just like trying to follow my dreams.
Right.
That's it.
Well, I didn't get that vibe from you. So.
No.
And
even when I first met you, no.
Yeah, so I was a little surprised when I heard that.
I somebody told me that once before too, and I was like very confused. But I don't know, like I feel like I don't know, like people, I don't know.
I think
it could be many things.
People confuse confidence with being
being an asshole or something.
Yeah, with being mean. Like, also, no, I just know my shit.
Do you guys have resting bitch faces?
I think I might.
Yeah, my friend said when she first saw me, I did have one. I was like, I can see it.
Yeah. I have a lot of friends with resting bitch faces. And I did have like one of my best friends. I did not like her because I thought that she was mean because of her resting bitch face. But then when we connected, and this was in high school, and we connected in drama and stuff, I was like, oh, like we're here, like we're connected. Yeah, so I'm like, what's it called? I don't but a lot of people with resting bitch faces, I realize, like, are always the nicest for the most part. I only met like a slim that I'm like, oh wow, you're just as look. So I'm gonna stay away from you because what the hell?
Yeah.
I just want to ask one question about your book before we wrap up here.
I have two more.
Oh, she's always the two more questions.
I love questions. Okay, go ahead.
Actually, two more. But what's one like word you would say that someone would take away from getting your ebook? Like, what's one word you would describe it? Like saying like, if I got it, someone when I get it, and finish it, what's one word you think of?
I would say, like, to describe the book overall.
Yeah.
I would say inspirational.
Okay.
I would say inspirational. Did you want me to elaborate or like?
I mean, yeah, it's okay.
I don't know. I just feel like I even have, people message me saying like this is exactly what I needed, even from the name, pushing through. Just saying, this is what I needed right now in this moment. People texting me, this is very inspirational. So I think I will go with inspirational. I don't want to give too much away what's in it, but
Yeah.
I love that. Speaking which of words, what are three, if you were to pick 3 words, how would you describe you / your personal brand?
Oh, this is like an interview type of question. Like a job interview type of question. 3 words to describe me that closely describes my personal brand. I would have to say helpful. Creative. And what's the word that I'm looking for? Okay, I might have 4, but passionate. Yeah, passionate. And then I think my 4th one, just an honorable mention. I think I would have to say persistent. Yeah.
Nice.
I like that. And I only have one more question, and it's okay. You say you were in Cabo in August. What days were you on? I was at Cabo in August too.
Really?
I was like, wait.
I think hold on. I think these were kind of like right before and right after. Honestly, if I'm thinking about it.
Wow.
I think was I there probably like this end of maybe like the 2nd week. I think the 12th or something like that.
Damn. Okay, so we missed. I think. Now I forgot when I was. The 22nd to the 26th.
Oh yeah, see, I went the
See,
12th
look,
through like the
I was
20th.
like, I remember like you guys like kind of like I was
right.
I was
so
like,
I was like, wait,
Cabo.
I'm crying.
Yeah.
That was a great place. It was a great place.
It was. I love it. It was very nice.
That's all my questions though. I just had to ask because when I heard that, like, I don't know if like y'all see my head. My head was like, because I wanted to ask. Like, I was like, nah, I don't want to.
Yeah.
She's talking about her book. I want her to like stay focused on that. But anyway, that's my last question.
Yeah, so we'll wrap up. Just tell everyone where they can find you, get your book, all that, everything. Plug yourself. Plug.
Okay, yeah. So you guys can follow me on Instagram at Starra J _ the brand. You can follow me on TikTok at Starra J Business and Co. If you want to check me out, my website, also my shop is there with the ebook and also other free digital products that you can get. You can visit my website at www.starraj.com. And then also, just be on the lookout for more content from me, more drops in the new year. I'm actually coming back with interviews, and I'm bringing my podcast back in the summer.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, that's going to be tied with my nonprofit. So it's going to be exciting. Yeah.
Love that.
Yes.
Thank you guys for having me though. I was excited.
I know, this was great. Thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate you for taking the time out of your day.
Being our first guest besides family members. So this was a good interview. Like, this was great. And you dropped a lot of gems. And
thank you.
I'm pretty sure
a lot of knowledge.
Yes.
And everyone go get her book.
Right. Our fellow adult people probably would definitely utilize this, and hopefully you guys do, because she dropped some knowledge. So
thank you. You guys asked amazing questions.
Thank you.
I had a great time.
Yeah. All right, guys. Until next week.
Thank you guys.
All right. See y'all.